So I see that the beauty community is preparing to tear itself apart again. I find it really interesting and in an absolutely awful way that we have learned absolutely nothing over the past few years and all the awful things that have happened in the beauty community. And I truly believe with all my heart that the beauty community is the ugliest of all the community. It is the most venomous, the most toxic, the most repellent of all the other genres on YouTube. It's disgraceful the way that people behave and the reward that they get for behaving so poorly. Imagine if a channel got love because they posted videos that were good. And there are so many wonderful people on YouTube whose channels aren't growing, whose channels aren't getting the love that they deserve. But I bet if they posted a video that was vile, disgusting, depraved, they would get hundreds of thousands of views. It's interesting, isn't it? Imagine just how easy it is to just be pleasant. You know, if there's somebody you don't particularly care for, they walk past you in the street, you notice how much effort it takes to ignore them, to turn your head away, to do something. It requires so much little effort just to smile. Even if you don't mean it, just to smile, it requires so little effort. The effort it requires to be unpleasant, it's just extraordinary. Anyway, today is a pleasant video, and this video is about Pat McGrath, and this is my favourite palettes of hers. Now, as you know, I've had a love-hate relationship with Pat McGrath palettes. The reason being is that I adore them. I think they're amazing. The quality is phenomenal. I am very well aware of the laboratory that makes them, and they make, I've got an itchy nose, they make incredible products. I know. So I love them. I just have always disliked the fact that you got so little product for your money because these are so expensive, and they are just so expensive, but they truly are incredible products. I'm just gonna cut this bit out now because I really need to itch my nose. Oh, better. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the ones that I truly, really, really love, and then the others that I really like. So we'll start with this one. Now, some of these actually don't have names on, but this one does. It is the Divine Rose 2. And this one is everything. It is perfect in every way, shape, and form. I love this palette. I think it is beautiful. It is exceptional in every way, shape, and form. And I am aware that it requires a small mortgage, but I love it. Next is Divine Rose, the original. I really like this palette. I don't love it, but I really like it. I prefer Divine Rose 2, but this is a great palette. It's a pretty, everyday, very natural, very neutral palette, and it is incredible. Now, moving on to this beauty, which of course on the back here just says Mothership. Nothing else, so perhaps it's just the Mothership, I don't know. I don't really know much about anything, to be quite honest with you. But I think that's a lovely palette. I think it's fun, I think it's mystical and whimsical and just, well, just lovely, just lovely. Okay, so the next one is called Mothership. I don't know, sometimes they don't have the names on the back of them, but I love this palette. I love, love, love that color here. Oh, I love it, it's so pretty. It's beautiful, it's everything I could ever want in a palette. I think this shade here is divine. I love it. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Now here's the palettes that I really like but don't necessarily love. So this one is called Mothership. Okay. And I like this palette a lot, but I don't love it, but I think it's a really, really nice palette. The next one is, again, I think it's really nice, but there's no love for it, but I use it and I'm very fond of it. It's very pretty. I don't know. There's something about this shade here, and I usually like purples or lilacs, but this one just throws me off slightly and I don't know why, but the texture and everything about them is truly lovely. And this one I really like, and it's a funny palette because it contains probably the most amount of mattes. But this blue speaks to me. I love this. I think this is such a great palette. It's so beautiful. Pop that blue in the crease or pop it underneath the eye. I just think it's a wonderful, wonderful palette. In fact, I love that palette so much that I bought backup just in case. So I have 2 of them just in case. I'd like 2 of everything, but you know, we're not made of money, are we? And next I'll talk about the cardboard ones. Now I hate the cardboard packaging. I really hate it. I think it's awful, awful. But the product inside is wonderful. I love this one. This is actually has a name on it. It's called Golden Opulence. And I think it's lovely. I love the pink. I love the gold. I love the brown. I love it. It is so good. I love this one. I'm a huge fan of purple. And this purple is so pretty right here. The purple, the pink, the lilac, the sort of maroon color here, it's lovely, and the gold, it's a beautiful palette. And that one's called, I apologize, that one is called La Viva and Rose. Now this one is called Platinum Bronze, and I think it's a really nice palette. They just don't care, you know, it doesn't make me want to touch myself, but I think it's a very nice palette. And the next one is Bronze Ambition. And this is a very pretty palette, very summery, very, you know, wandering through the woods, looking for little, I don't know, just looking for stuff, I suppose, but really, really pretty. So yeah, I really like these palettes, really, really like them. Here's something quite funny that not very many people know. It's it's nothing terrible. It was just this irritant that happened. So many years ago, I think when Pat McGrath had just released it was her very first launch, and she was so kind and she reached out to me, and this was so long ago, and she asked me if I would like to review this kit, and I was like, yeah, thanks. And she sent me it, and it was lovely, and she actually phoned me up. I missed the call, and she left a really lovely voicemail, and it was so nice. And I did this really good review, well, I thought it was, and you can't find it now, but I thought it was a really good review, and she seemed very pleased, and that's why she phoned. And I was just so pleased with the whole thing. I thought it was lovely, and nothing came of it, and the video was up for all eternity. And then one day I got a message from YouTube telling me that Pat McGrath's team had put a strike against my account, and that the video was removed due to copyright infringement. And I was thinking, well, no, there's no copyright in that. I made that video. You asked me to make that video. You sent me the products so I could make them. And then, you know, 6 or 7 years later, I get this strike for the video, and I had no idea why. And I reached out to her team. They were like, well, we didn't do it. And I was like, well, I have the email here that shows that your team struck this. I never heard back about it. And the video got deleted. YouTube actually reinstated it, but I decided to delete it anyway, just, you know, because it's just not worth any trouble. But I just find it really interesting that you'd like, would you like this product to review? Oh, I'd love it. And I gave it the most glowing review. And then like 7 years later or whatever, it's suddenly like, you can't do that review. I was like, why? It was fine. I thought you liked it. Who knows? Apparently Pat McGrath had absolutely no idea, but someone in the team had obviously done something, probably by accident. And yeah, it was quite, I was like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I've got the emails. I have a voicemail. I saved it. I didn't save it. I wish I had. Anyway, but I do highly recommend these products. Really, really highly recommend them. The larger palettes, I believe, contain about 1.3 grams of product. Although there is some mislabeling on some, so bear that in mind, but I do believe that they contain about 1.3 grams of product, which is a good amount, but it's a lot of money for what you're getting, but it's still a good amount. I actually believe that these ones contain 2 grams of product, but I may be incorrect, and that won't be the first time that happens. Let's see, that says absolutely nothing. Congratulations. Or the fact that I'm, you know, just have glaucoma or something. I can't see anything. Oh, here we go. Net weight 12 grams. So yeah, so these contain about 6 grams, I'm sure, about 2 grams each. But either way, they're lovely. I'd like to depot them, but it kind of feels, you know, like heartbreaking to depot that. I mean, you couldn't, could you? Beautiful. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. All the information and links are in the description bar below. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. You're all very lovely. And I do believe that I have probably 90% of the kindest and loveliest subscribers, and I am incredibly grateful for that. I think that there comes this point where you have a lot of subscribers, right? But technically speaking, what happens is you start here on YouTube, and I think most people hope that they're going to do this for all eternity, right? And really what happens is it does this, and then it tails off. And what it does is it tails off into this beautiful curve where you no longer get the views that you did when you had a smaller channel, but the quality of your views are you. They're the people that matter the most. They're the people that support you. They're the people that are kind, the people, you know, that's how I feel about my channel. It's that I'm not here anymore. I got this phone call at one point that I was the most subscribed male beauty blogger in the world. And that lasted for that long. And that's how it should be. Everybody hits a peak and then they come down. And it's nice to think that I was once there and I slowly started to go on this decline. But the decline isn't that I see it as a decline. It is that we are moving into this beautiful point where the people that watch my videos mean more to me than hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views for a video that was pretty unpleasant, or I was getting lots of views for a video that perhaps didn't deserve it. So I thank you all for being lovely, because I think you all are. And I will see you all very soon. I appreciate your time. I'm sorry I'm going on. Bye-bye.